And welcome, friends, welcome, players, welcome, guests, to this new chapter in Mysteries and Monsters Tomb of Annihilation, The Tomb. How are we all feeling tonight? Are you guys ready to face some bullshit?
Yes.
Get on.
Okay,
I mean, because you said it was bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, let's be clear. I'm going to actually read the disclaimer. The disclaimer that comes with the book. Disclaimer: this adventure will make your players hate you. The kind of simmering hatred that eats away at their souls until all that remains are dark little spheres of annihilation, where their hearts used to be. P.S. Don't forget to tear up their character sheets.
That you can do.
It's okay. My heart is already a dark orb. Too late. It's okay.
Now,
I have an idea for a backup character already.
I already have two big backup characters.
That is completely
nice.
fair. That is completely fair. I will say this. I will at one point, should one of your characters die, I will print out their character sheet and destroy them ritually, so that the ashes may feed my power and Chris Perkins, my patron. Also,
may I remember you that you started tonight with "Please don't hurt me, don't hate me."
Yes, but there are obligations, as any warlock soon discovers. If on another disclaimer, speaking of which, yes, as I was mentioning before, offline or before the recording, is if you feel that this is bullshit, if you feel that this is unfair, please tweet at Chris Perkins and not me. There are other people that are certainly involved in the designing of the traps, of the monsters, and other fun things that you will find in these tunnels. But Chris is the principal, and he's the.
He should be the recipient of our hatred and profound annihilation wishes.
Yeah, because that will only make him stronger. Right. So, last little piece of bookkeeping for those watching at home. We had this little discussion. We've always used a sort of a homebrew system for what 1D&D would call heroic inspiration. So we're not talking about the bardic one. We are going to be changing it up for the tomb, as in they are not going to get as many rests. They are not going to be getting as many camp scenes as previously. So we've decided to take up a suggestion found in the MCDM fanzine Arcadia, which is basically that on a natural one they get their inspiration point. The inspiration can be used to is not going to be used as a reroll, but it will still, as usual, be used to take the second die on the roll that we'll see in roll 20. Other than that, nothing as much has changed. I might be persuaded, if the action is cool, to maybe allow use of inspiration to do something cool. Yannick, you had that example in another game that we had where he basically decided, because he was in the right circumstances, because he was to take the bullet, for example, by spending his advantage. Yeah, we'll see. That'll be let's put that under the devil's bargain kind of thing, which is, if you do it, yes, but there will be consequences that you cannot avoid. It'll be a negotiation, I'm sure. Right. So, with that, is there any other things any questions on your end, players? No? Guests, any questions on your end?
No. Be nice to us.
Please do. Same questions.
So if we survive, can we get like a T-shirt like we survived this dungeon, but the only thing we got is this lousy T-shirt or something, or like a little medal like I survived.
You know what? Let's make that happen.
All right, okay, guys.
You only get it if this character survives.
Yeah, only if Heinrich survives.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now you have to get your ass back to Waterdeep again.
Okay. Depending on when this comes out on YouTube and how fast we get them done, there will be a series of interludes with each one of these characters. A bit more to discover, a bit more of their backstories as we are rounding down at the end, towards the end of the final chapter of the campaign, and we still have quite a bit to discover about these characters. So that you, the audience, might be able to get to know them a little better. And who knows? Maybe I'll tell the other players not to watch them until the end. There might be spoilers. On that note, let's get back into our game here. So, as you previously then, you had been invited by Rossensea. You've accepted that meeting. You've met with him. You've killed him in a manner that is, I believe, one of the best dice-telling stories example that I'd ever seen. So Vroondomon, you have that notch under your belt. You know, if this were a video game, they were probably most powerful creature slain, Rossensea. If like the old Baldur's Gate games. And you had stepped forward towards the cliffs on the north side of the city of Omu to discover there a black pillar. The black obelisk mentioned there was a warning on it. Cryptic, written apparently by Sararak to toy with the people entering his tomb. Players, you have access to that handout. I will not necessarily repeat it unless needed. You searched around and managed to avoid the fake entrance to the tomb due to Vroondomon saying, "Where's Onk? And where should Onk go?" As in, 8 slots but 9 cubes. Until you found through a pendulum in the shape of an eye the actual location of the real entrance, hidden behind brushes and a bit of an underground sort of underbrush. As you entered the tomb, placing the 9 cubes, who instantly vanished, the door opened up, and you found yourself in an unlit corridor with yet another door on the end. A door which you can see has a iron lever sticking out onto the wall next to it. Sorsha, having been blessed with Death Ward by your cleric, you stepped into the gloom looking and searching for traps. The first thing that I would tell you is that as you are looking through, I will give this to you. You notice that there is a seam in the stone on the floor, which could potentially indicate that the door can either open up or some sort of bullshit that way. As you had stepped pretty much towards the middle of the room, an hourglass pops out of a grinning skull at the top of the door in front of you. And that's where we're going to start. The hourglass pops out. What do you do? 10. 9.
I use my IZs and I go
8.
back.
They run to the door
7.
ahead of us.
Yeah.
6.
Crossing.
Please do. If you're going to be moving things around with your
We,
tokens.
it helps if we're on the map.
Yes, we
Yeah.
Sorry.
you use timer, but we don't know what.
Let's get onto the map. So, as I was saying, 7.
No, I'm not even on the map.
Yeah, no. Let's start once we're on the map, please.
I'm there.
Where are we?
We
Okay.
all entered, right? Yeah.
Right, so
Okay.
7, 6,
I'll tell you when.
5.
No, come on. Let me just get. I'll tell you when I'm ready because now I have one screen and I go back. Let me get to my character, please.
You can tell me what you do. You don't necessarily need to be.
I want to cross and try to open the door, and I use my eyes in the same time. I switch on my eyes.
Okay, so as the hourglass is ticking down, the door itself is a singular something that you would have seen anyways. It is a singular piece of slab of stone. The front of it is covered in grinning skulls and bone motifs, except for the top skull at the very top, which is open. The same, so that grinning, and as the jaw has sort of dropped out, and this hourglass has gone in. So I'm going to ask you, as the hourglass is coming down, I'm going to give you basically an action each. So I want you to tell me what you are doing.
We do it in initiative order, or
sorry?
We do that in initiative order?
If you guys want to roll for initiative, sure, let's do that.
Just to have an idea of who does what when.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Nope. Oh, wait. Was it I selected?
You did not select your character, no.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, it's 5.
Or just leave it then.
It doesn't change anything. So, Vroondomon, you are as the son. What are you doing?
I kick open the door.
Make me an athletics check.
Athletics.
No, solid stone. Heinrich, what are you doing?
I am. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna help Vroon with opening it.
Make me an athletics check. By the way, this, as you can see that this is not something where you can actually slip your hands underneath, right? It is a block of stone set on either side. The stone is the door is larger than the space in the corridor, right? So it slides in on the side. It's got grooves on all 4 sides of it. Yeah, you are there, sort of banging with your door. No idea what to do. Sorsha.
It's me. Is the door behind closed or open?
It's still open.
It's still open. Do I have something to block it or not? Do I see something with my eyes, by the way? Or
No.
not?
No, you would not see any particular magical effect. No.
Okay.
There is an iron lever. There is the... well, I guess there would be an aura divination on the skull, but that would be just to be sure to when it actually activates, sort of motion sensor kind of thing.
Okay. Not sure I can do a lot right now. It will probably close behind us.
Come on.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna... An Eldritch Blast is not gonna burst.
You Eldritch Blast the door. It has no effect. Gale.
So the face that holds the timer,
Yeah.
is there? It's sculpted in the stone, right?
Yes. It is.
Okay.
It is actually. It's in the archway. There's a sort of a sculpted archway before the. So it's not part of the door itself, but it is sort of on the archway above it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else in this room?
There is an iron lever, and that's pretty much it. There's a bit of fronds and a bit of, no, a bit, actually this, dusty floor.
And where's the
smooth
lever?
walls. The wall,
Okay.
the lever is right next to the door. Pretty much where Heinrich is, but I mean, you can reach it should you wish.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, they tried to push it. I'll just try to pull the lever.
Pull the lever?
levers. Yeah.
Okay. So Gale, you get a dexterity saving throw. The others don't.
Oh shit.
As you pull the lever, very much in a crunk-like fashion, there is a crunk, and the floor opens up, and everybody falls.
Dexterity saving throw, come on.
Okay.
I almost had. Oh, Heinrich, you got inspiration, by the way.
Yes, actually.
Oh, true, yeah.
A 20-foot deep pit lined with poisonous spikes opens up underneath your feet. With a successful DC 15 saving throw, the character who pulled the lever can avoid falling by hanging onto it. It is enough to hold your weight for some fashion, but the others will be taking damage. Okay, so that is...
God damn it.
2d10, so each of you take 9 bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground. I will ask each and one of you to roll a d4, please, to know the amount of spikes that you impale yourselves on. 3, 2, if I get a 1. 3, 2, 4. Okay, so,
I think my first reaction will be when I'm impaled
Jesus Christ. Okay.
is I'm gonna scream very hard, and I'm just gonna scream bloody murder. Yes, that's I think what I'm gonna do.
I am going to... So, you know what? I am not going to... So just so you know, each spike is 1d6 damage plus 1d10 poison damage.
What?
Ouch.
So that is... I'm just going to take the average here. So 3 piercing and 5 poison. And so that is 9 per... So, Vroon times 9, you take 27.
Ouch.
Sorsha, you take 18. And Heinrich, you take 36. Also, you 3 are considered poisoned.
That's
Great.
I am with 1 trap. I'm already at 17 hit points.
I have resistance to damage dealt by traps, so do I have...
Half the damage, yes. Half the
Yeah.
total, so you'd only take 9.
Okay.
As you manage, somehow your body is ready for this kind of shenanigan, and as you fall, you sort of twist your way around to avoid most of the impacts. But as you can see, Heinrich has been pierced multiple, and these are not spikes. Here's the thing: these are not sort of long poles or sort of bamboo shoots. No, these are tiny crystalline needles, basically, that you find at the bottom. They are not meant to kill. Clearly,
Yeah,
they are
to
meant
make...
to maim. So, Gale, you are holding on to this iron bar, which while there's a bit of mechanical give just because of the weight on it, you are fairly stable, but you don't know for how long. What do you do?
Okay, my question is: does the door open? Do we reach the end of the countdown? One, and does the door open? Secondly,
Let's see. No, apparently not.
okay. Firstly, so the countdown freezes.
The as you pull the lever, the head actually, you know what, the because I'm not seeing anything in here. Let's see. No, actually, as you pulled the lever, it opened up. The countdown, the sand sort of trickles down.
Mm-hmm.
It retracts, and then yes, the door in front sort of slowly sort of starts to open.
Okay, so I'll pull myself up, try to get to the door, inside the door.
I'll give people a boost.
So it's
And
20
I'll-
feet. It's 20 feet.
Oh, I'll throw in a rope. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll use my sea knowledge to
Yeah.
tie a rope around the lever and help them come back up.
Fair enough.
If you need an athletics check, I can provide an athletics check.
It's already no. Don't need for an athletics check. You're pretty much you're a sea monkey, so I'll accept that on your end. I've tortured you guys enough. By the way, you're actually Gale. I should have asked, but you're in heavy armor, aren't you?
Yep. Wait. Is it heavy or is it
Do you have disadvantage?
splint?
Do you
No,
have
it's splint.
Do you have
Yeah.
disadvantage on your acrobatics?
No, not on acrobatics.
Stealth,
Only on
maybe.
stealth.
Okay. Oh, I think that's because
Hmm.
no, you get that disadvantage if you don't have the strength for it. I think so. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I have boots of elvenkind helping me with my discretion.
That is fair. And so, I ask you, friends, as you manage to grab on the rope, pull yourselves up, you find yourselves, and there's maybe a moment where, I'll say this, maybe taking the while you're fiddling with the lever to try and sort of pull yourself back up, you kind of notice that if you pull when you action the lever, the trap door sort of shudders, opening and closing, which means should you move the lever upwards, it will close the ground again.
Right.
Yeah, let's get out first. When we are out,
Mhm.
I'd like to use my protection from poison,
Okay.
and I will apply it to each of us who are poisoned.
Does it remove poison? No, right?
Yeah, we are poisoned right now.
Yeah, but does it remove the poison afterwards, or does it just
Yes.
protect you from
It
the poison?
depends on the duration.
Huh?
So
Depending also what kind of poison actually
No.
was quoted.
what happens is protection from poison lasts for 8 hours, correct?
No, you touch a creature.
Yeah.
If it's poisoned, you neutralize the poison.
For that,
If more than one poison afflicts the target, you neutralize one poison that you know is present, or you neutralize one at random.
could you because
Yes.
there is something specific with regards to this. So, duration 1 hour. Right. Okay. Neutralize one. You neutralize the poison that you know is present. Well, you know it's present because I told you so. Okay.
Do you want me to do a medicine check to
Yeah, make me a
know?
medicine check to just. Yeah, make me a medicine check.
Okay, so
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
I guess
Not a
so.
problem. Not a problem. You know what? You're gonna have enough difficulties without me pushing these shenanigans. So yes, you are the poison is
I
neutralized.
used a couple spell slots, but I don't want to handle exhaustion when we just came in.
So just so
It
so just so you know,
Poisoned is disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
yeah. So pretty much level 1 exhaustion in a sense.
Plus, it can. If I remember, some poison can eat your force or your strength or your abilities. So
Yeah.
let's not do that.
No. What I would say is that the particular, and I might explain some of the traps, and I will explain this one, just so that you know the level of barbarity that you have to go and tweet at Chris Perkins. Normally, I was actually by letting you think about what you were going to do, I was doing you a disfavor. Because if by the end of the countdown you had done nothing, which is anything but pull the lever, the door would have opened and you would have walked right in.
Yeah, I was betting on half and half chance of either odds being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beware the levers.
I'll move up one spot to make room for everyone.
I mean, you've got
Yeah,
the space. You've
sorry.
got the space, and
Yeah.
so
I mean, look, trapdoors can be
okay,
anywhere.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So don't go too far up. Oh, by the way, guys. So Heinrich, you're looking very rough. How are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm okay.
I'm okay, but you know, I can do a prayer of healing.
Okay,
Okay.
guys,
Why is your roll 40-20s?
because you stepped forward.
Yeah, because
I told you that.
Stay behind me, please.
Yeah, as you move
No,
into
that's
the.
why I was staying over here. I was just really being on the verge, but I don't know who moved me.
I did not.
Nobody moved you except yourself.
I moved to where I am because otherwise no one could get in behind me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just want to check something.
Anyone that stepped past me?
I was making room for the others, but whatever happens, happens.
No.
So pretty much as you walked across this right here, you're taken through the. This is why I'm telling you we need to be controlled with regards to movement. So I'm going to start so Heinrich, Sorsha, Vroon, and then Gale. No, sorry, Heinrich, Sorsha, Gale, and Vroon. So the 4d20s that I've rolled, there is a +8 added to it. Heinrich, 18. Does it hit you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. 14. That's a 22. Does that hit you, Sorsha?
Yes.
16. 24 for Gale. Does that hit you?
Yep.
And a 3 + 8 and 11. I don't think that's going to hit you, Vroon. So each of the people that are hit, there's a sort of sound coming from one of the walls where moss is so crapping. You can see there are pieces of moss that are sort of flying off the wall as 4 darts dart into your direction.
I have a shield now, so I deflect it.
It most likely just stinks into your shield, and it's a good thing that you have protection from poison, because each of you only take 2 piercing damage as another series of these small crystalline, almost needle-like flechettes basically sink in and And so you do not take the 4d6 poison damage that each one of these. And Sorsha, now that you know that they are there, you start to realize this whole corridor is filled with them.
Before anyone makes any movement.
Yeah,
Because
don't
I was
move,
going to
please.
do this before.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. But oh no, sorry, Gale, you were not protected from poison.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Sorsha if she threw it only on the people who were down in the pit, or if she hit me with it as well, because I wasn't aware of that.
No, only because it was a cure for poison. Since you weren't poisoned, I didn't cast it on you.
Okay, so give me the
Right.
4d6.
I am first going to ask you a Constitution saving throw. I am not that mean.
If you get poisoned, I can reconsider.
That is a 22.
That's a 22. So
that is
let's.
actually a 25.
Oh yeah, right. But I took the 2 damage from the
Take 2. Yeah, so take 2. The poison is 13 divided by 2. That's 6 damage that you take from the dart.
It's not acid, right?
It is not acid. It is poison.
Alright.
Too bad.
So before anyone does any movements, I cast a prayer of healing.
Okay.
I am not seeing Heinrich's health bar, by the way.
So, full health again.
Prayer of healing is for everyone?
Up to
Up
six.
to 6 creatures, so yes.
Okay.
So,
Wait. Did Nugget fall in the trap too?
I would think that Nugget. I'm gonna say that Nugget. It was on you, right? You were using Nugget as a flashlight.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to. I'm going to say you took the full damage. You were not going to.
Okay.
I'm not that mean.
I rolled really well, by the way, on my prayer of healing.
Yeah.
One of max.
Yeah.
Damn, thank you for that.
I would like to check more about that trap, please. See how it goes on and so on.
So you notice that Heinrich stepping forward. There are 2 things to notice, and this is why. If you had examined the floor, you would have noticed that there are some of the tiles are slightly elevated as throughout the moss and the vegetation that's here. You can kind of, with the edge of a knife, sort of peel back, and you can see that these are pressure plates. On the walls now you can actually see as well the creepers and the moss that has sort of settled into the asperities of the walls. Some of them have been chased or shot off, so there are lumps that have fallen off, and you can see these finger-sized holes, basically. These would actually be incredibly fine, but basically sort of bolt holes from which these needles shoot out.
Yeah, blow darts, basically.
Hmm?
Blow darts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so
And I am
don't
going to...
step on that, or that.
I'm gonna kill the person who made this.
If they're right about the creator of this thing, killing him is gonna be an entirely different mission, and
Oh no, don't worry. I don't know how, but I will get him in any way. But you see him literally fuming with open puncture wounds on his hands, and everyone like, no.
Did you just make a one-sided alchemy for yourself?
Yes.
Okay, alright.
make sure someone pays you for killing him, though.
No,
Heinrich.
I'll do it for free.
Heinrich, did you apply the healing?
Yes, I did.
You are still like your health bar seems like halfway still for me.
Yeah,
So.
exactly.
You know that after the trap, I was at 15 hit points from 64 hit points. I am very squishy and yes. So yes, wizard not happy.
Since I'm standing next to you, you'll have another 10 hit points lay on hands.
It's very nice, but keep those lay on hands because I have the feeling that we're gonna need them a lot.
Oh, I mean, I still have 40 hit points left. Like, I'm not...
I still
Thank
have
you.
my healing spells as well, so
This dungeon is expensive in spells. So do you need? Can I do a medicine check to see if Gale is poisoned or not?
I'm feeling kind of good.
Yeah, the actual no, there is no permanent effect with regards to that.
Okay, alright. So I get to keep one spell at least.
You're not the only one that can remove poison. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Yeah.
So let me now that we've got these shenanigans out of the way, let me tell you about where you are.
Yay! Describe the hallway.
Yeah. So you find yourself in a moss-covered corridor extending beyond the second door. Tree roots hang from the sagging ceiling, and the air reeks of damp and rot. Ahead, a bas-relief carving of a bearded devil's face adorns the wall at a T-shaped intersection. The devil's open mouth is a well of utter darkness. And I believe I showed you the
symbol of this whole dungeon.
Of this whole dungeon, but let me just put it right there. There you go. So inside, you can see that there is a the fact that some of you have dark vision. You do not see past the interior of the mouth, but you know that it might go in further. It looks like it's carved in further, but there is the darkness. It just stops there. By the way, these rooms are in total darkness. The only source of light that is within these walls, now that you've brought through the second door, is the one that you brought in.
Flaming swords.
Yep.
If that thing, and I pointed to the face upward, at some point, talk, guys, please. Do not tell the truth to it. I'm still waiting for the next riddle.
While we're walking, you see little balls of light floating out of the hands of Heinrich with colors of, well, like imagine colors from the Feywild, just popping out of his hands, and they'll spread out to actually give a light as much as possible.
Right, okay, so dancing lights. I am going to need to bring out that token there.
As I get to the spot where I am now, I would like to, just the spots in front of the mask, just check the floor. Because if there's a mask with an open mouth, it could shoot stuff at us.
Wait, just give me a second. Don't move too far. Yeah.
I'm gonna wait here. We just went through the traps, and that's it.
Okay. Heinrich, you decided there we go. I'm going to have these. Okay. Do I have?
By the way, in addition to my flaming blade, I am also keeping my drift globe drifting behind me, just in case the light of my sword goes out. I don't mind having two light sources.
What? Sorry. Because I'm doing the. So you dancing lights. Okay, and player's journal. Yannick. There you go, Yannick. You should have a dancing light. Option. It should be all the way at the bottom. It should be under dynamic lights and spells. So in your journal.
Okay.
And you should be able to control.
Yes.
And you should be able to control the one that you have there.
Well, I.
Dynamic
clicked on it.
lighting.
Yeah.
Oh, these are. Wait. It's 5 and 5, correct?
It's.
No, it's
4,
just 10. No, sorry, it's 10 low light.
10.
Okay.
And it's 4 of them also.
4? Isn't it 3?
You create up to 4 torch-sized lights within range, making them appear as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs.
Okay. Normally you should be able to produce them yourself. You can just drag and drop where you want them to be
Oh, cool.
from your journal.
Yeah, I'm at the journal, but I'm doing what you asked, and it doesn't work.
Okay.
That's weird.
Can you control this one?
No.
God. Okay. Doesn't.
That's for later.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to just represent nothing. There we go. Yannick. Boom. Now you should be able to control it. And
Yeah.
How many do you want?
4.
Okay. There you go.
By the way, marching order-wise, I suggest Sorsha up front, then Vroon and Heinrich in the order they want, but I would put Vroon and then Heinrich, and I'm closing
Yeah.
up the marching order.
That seems wise.
Yeah. So that way everyone gets your aura, Rune.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing.
We
And
keep the
I-
squishy one in the middle. We keep the scout one in the front, and we have fighters and tanks up front and back.
I have a good movement speed, so I can
Yeah.
get past Sorsha.
It seemed like a healthy
Something goes,
spread.
I drop to the ground, you jump.
Sorsha.
Is this, by the way, just like is this the usual rules of like the ceiling is as high as the room is wide?
No. So the ceilings are about
Yeah.
8 foot tall in the corridors. The rooms are about 12 feet tall. So let's put that to 10 and 15. I don't know why they went for 8 and 12.
That is
But
weird, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I think
Thank you
it's
for simplifying.
so 10 and 15.
Right.
So anything in the room, unless stated otherwise, would be 15 foot high. The corridors themselves are 10 feet high. But I'll say this, Rune, you feel the weight of the stone above you. You kind of feel that you're what, 7 foot?
Yes, 7. Let's see. Description 7'8".
7 foot 8.
So
so
that's
you're about 3
more than
quarters.
7.5.
Yeah. So I'm going to take care of that. Just give me a second. I am going to take care of that. The Discord is bothering me.
Two and a third meters, like 2 meters and 34 centimeters.
Okay.
I'm a big boy.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. Oh. There we go.
I also weigh 380 pounds without gear.
Yeah. So yeah, you would have triggered those traps. So Sorsha, as you step forward, the 2 little lights that are have been brought by Heinrich. So remember, Heinrich, these are concentration.
I know.
Yeah, but I keep forgetting, so I'm saying this one is.
I'll keep it in mind.
Okay. Actually, let's just do this. Boop. So Sorsha,
just to check, like what are the weird spirally thingies on Sorsha and Heinrich?
Those are the Death Ward.
Okay, good.
Death Ward. So for the next 8 hours, the first time you fall to 0, you fall to 1 instead.
Okay.
To your left, Sorsha, you notice that in the ground there is a steel grate, and the corridor continues to the right. There is, you feel, there's a cold sort of air current that moves across you, going basically going towards the exit, sort of rushing that way. As the airflow, so there you feel, and it's coming from the right.
Right.
So a greater space, colder space, and that air is sort of shifting upwards.
And I'm still like checking out the 2 tiles in front of the mask, just to go like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to examine the room, and especially the mask and the floor.
Okay. You're using your eyes?
Yes.
Okay, make me a perception check.
Yes.
Okay. So, wow. Okay, people, she has a plus 12 and advantage on detecting traps. And magical eyes. So, you do not see any further pressure plates or that kind of trap on the floor or even on the sides. The walls are smooth. They're smooth as much as they would have been carved out, right? So you can still see the sort of the chisel marks. This is not perfectly smooth obsidian or whatever. This is carved rock. Strangely enough as well, you realize that these stones have been placed brick by brick or stone by stone. This is not something carved into the mountain. You would actually imagine if traps would be laid that they would place the traps and then cover them back up. This is an intense work. This is worked stone. You also notice that just behind the teeth of the grinning mask, the edge of the darkness, you feel like there's a slight shimmer, an aura of illusion magic.
Okay.
Probably to black out the mouse so that we don't see what's inside.
There is something inside the mouse.
Do you want me to dispel it?
That's risky.
I didn't see, and I examined the figure, the mask.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't see no mechanism or other magic specifically. Okay.
Let me just check on one thing. I just want to be sure of. No, it's illusion magic. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, basically there is probably something. It could be a trick just to maim us again, or one key, but maybe let's explore first. There's no traps in this corridor. That I can see.
Sorsha, and actually Vroon, as you step into the corridor to your left,
the door seems to be open to the left. Is it supposed to be?
No. So actually, it is closed, but you can see through. As in the light that you're producing, you notice basically a crystal, sort of see-through crystal.
It's a glass door.
It's a glass. Well, door is saying much, but this is a pane of see-through crystal. Yes.
And is it normal that I see something on the right?
Technically, he's. No, you wouldn't see him there, but.
This is down a level or
That's
something.
why I'm asking. Is it normal?
He's down a level. I'm gonna bump him. I was. not expecting you to... Wait. Oh, okay, interesting. He doesn't want to bump. Okay, let's. I have to during the break, I'll have to redo the.
I don't see it anymore.
Yep. No, you don't. Actually, could Sorsha, can you roll me a d6, please?
Yes.
Don't worry, this is not a trap.
For once.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. There is yeah. So the beyond, just beyond the glass window, you can see that there is a room, a sort of darkened room on the other side. Currently, with the amount of light that it's reflecting, it's kind of difficult to see through it. So you'll have to get closer if you want to see beyond the glass. So to give you the full description, the creepers and vines cling to the walls of this corridor, at the end of which is an arched crystal window, 6 feet wide, 10 foot high, and through it you can see a dark chamber. And Vroon, as you are maybe a bit closer now, you can actually hear, coming from the grate, the slow trickle of water.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Make me up another perception check.
Everyone or?
You being the closest.
Is it smell related?
No.
Then it's normal.
22.
22.
Okay. Yeah, there is. There's a sort of. There's the sound of somebody walking in the water. So the splash. It's light sound. It's not a very big person or not making a lot of.
Which way do we go?
Let me check something, and I simply roll to the end of the corridor, and I look through his eyes.
Okay. What's his dark vision?
Yes.
No. What is
What?
his dark vision?
Ah, it's okay. So let me check. Sorry. He-
60 feet. Okay. Standard. Yeah. So that thing that you saw that you shouldn't have been seeing, you see it. It's a. Well, let me see if I'll share it with you. There you go. I'll just share with everybody.
Oh, with the glass.
So you see a dwarvish-sized albino figure that sort of he sort of looks up. There's a moment where he stops, sort of looks up, and there's a moment where Laryl and you through his eyes and this dwarf sort of exchange glances, and he just sort of turns around. He's about sort of 2 levels below and just walks by. One thing that you would know.
Like he's acting, or like he's going back to his life?
Pretty much going back to his life. Yeah, he's 1 level below you. The stairwell that Laryl is sort of floating over, you can see that there are, including this one, there are 4 levels. So there's the one where you are, 2 intermediary, and then there's the 4th one, which is at the ground.
Okay. Okay, so I call back Lero.
Mhm.
I come back to my senses and we have company. And I say it in a low voice. There's a short creature, pale, menacing, ugly. One level down on the right, and it seems to go down a lot more.
Shall we check the other side first?
We could. But let's keep it in mind that there's enemies probably that way. So we don't get them in our back.
Hmm.
And maybe try not to do too much noise, more than we already did. Kinda.
Be careful when passing the grates. There is a creature below it, just in case it can reach the grates. Maybe jump over.
Yes. Maybe there's more of them. I saw only one. But maybe there was another one in underneath here.
Yeah. Vroon will move towards the grate and sort of like move up to here and then jump over it. Like not careful not to step on the grate, basically.
Okay. I mean, you don't necessarily need to jump. You can just step around it if you have a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Back on the wall and.
Did you look inside? Did you trying to see through the?
I'll look down.
Okay. Make me a perception check. Okay. As you guys are sort of crawling through, and well, Heinrich is sort of putting these firefly lights before him. There's just Vroon, as you're sort of looking down. You see a almost sitting down in the sort of stream of muddy water. You see a skeleton adored in sort of what was left and maybe a sort of a collar and what looks to be a helm, except you realize that it's not, as it sort of moves, looks up. You notice that the helm, well, let's put it this way, what you thought to be a headdress is actually coming out from inside its skull.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's one heavily ornated skeleton.
Actually, wait, just give me a second here. I just want to check. So contrary to the image that you see here, the structure that it has on its head is triangular, sort of triangular forward and to the side, and has notches on that. And as soon as it sees you, it jumps up on its legs, and you hear the splash, 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 splash as it runs away north.
Yeah, I'm ready to bet he's gonna come back with friends.
Okay, I'm gonna examine the door, please.
Okay. As the first thing you notice about this door, that it's not a door. There's no way to open it. It is set within the stone, and it is about an inch thick piece of translucent quartz. Well, no, not translucent, transparent quartz. On the other side, let me just get you the description of the room.
I see chairs. What's wrong?
Yeah, this vaulted tomb is overgrown with moss and creepers. A stone sarcophagus rests on a stepped dais in the middle of the floor. On the wall behind the sarcophagus, 2 large statues bear grip a 5-foot diameter bronze disc embossed with a dozen glaring eyes. What you also notice, 6 desiccated corpses slumped on thrones in niches along the wall. So wherever you see those chairs. Each corpse wears a black mask made of paper mache and feathers. The arch crystal window.
Can Leroy fit into the balls?
What bars? No,
Window.
it is a solid piece of quartz.
I thought it was the crystal balls.
No.
Okay,
It is
no,
one
it's
solid sheet.
crystal windows.
Yeah.
Okay, I see no door, no windows, except for that one in this room, guys. So,
Do we need to get in there? Is there any reason for us to get in there?
Possibly. However,
this looks like a taunt of some kind, like you
Those
want to go in
things-
there.
those things are wearing masks. And the warning on the pillar was don the mask or be seen.
Mm-hmm.
So let's find the mask first, just in case.
We had masks in Waterdeep, but I don't think we brought them with us.
I'm not
I am-
exactly sure
I
they're
am-
the right kind of mask.
I am sure that when it says don the mask, it's not just any mask. I'm sure I could break through this, but perhaps not yet.
Vroon, Sorsha, make me both perception checks.
Okay.
Guessing
Considering
this
where
is
you are.
definitely not smell related.
No. Okay. Yeah, Sorsha.
Hey, look.
Well, you get advantage. You get inspiration.
Yes.
Don't forget to use them.
Mm-hmm.
The Sorsha, maybe it's because you're more used to, I won't say eldritch horrors, but that kind of sort of thing. You notice that the eyes on the bronze disc seem to be moving, sort of looking in different directions, sort of almost like searching.
All right. Okay. So those eyes is... Yuck. But let's not be seen by them. Let's go. We have a skeleton awaiting us and some other creepy crawlies.
I respect the marching order.
Yeah.
So
Let's
those
wait for the
things.
other-
So I'm just thinking with Rune that was explaining with Don the mask.
Yeah.
And the masks are inside. I'm just analyzing everything.
There might be other masks. There's
Did-
likely another way to get into that room.
But why?
Even the thing that Sorsha, the dwarf that Sorsha described was also wearing the mask, I think. Or at least the artwork for it had a weird mask. But
I don't know if it's for the GM to
I-
interpret that.
It's for the GM to know. It's for the players to interpret. I'm not telling you anything more that you've already seen.
But
I-
I saw
Okay,
it,
maybe we can
so-
hear Yannick end his sentence, please? Because he's trying.
Thank you.
He's been trying.
Just an idea. Why don't we break the door and mage hand the mask to us that we saw inside?
It's the
Because-
creatures that are wearing the masks, right? Inside.
That's what I understood. Because because I'm still Vroon, I am agreeing completely with you, is that don the mask. And the only mask we see in front of us is those things. Or we continue to look for it, but this is one of my theories that I have. That we need to break the door, we don't go inside, but we have spells that could bring something from a distance to us, for example. But again, it's a theory.
I think the crystal is what protected us from the ISIS.
I see the or we break the crystal and the eyes are gonna look at us and we're fucked, or we're gonna break the crystal and we're going to go inside and we're fucked. We're fucked anyway. So,
But we can explore further without
Yes,
testing
I
that
agree.
theory already.
yes,
If we do not find another way, we can always break the
Because if all of that is a big
Crystal.
ritual or a big play, you want to showcase a goal at the beginning, and that's a showcase right now. And for us to find a way. So
aren't we just overthinking it?
Let's overthink a lot. of
That's
things.
That's overthinking. For me, honestly, there are three options: or we explore, or we break it and we enter and we deal with what we ever have in our face, or three, we break it and we try with combined efforts to attract the masks to us and to wear it.
Oh yes, I agree that should we not find anything else, we break it and we get a mage hand to get the masks towards us. But first, let's see what other things we find.
my opinion is someone's having a blast with those things.
It's our GM. He's having a blast.
And overthinking is part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
But before playing all cards, I agree we should reveal all cards and explore. And if we find a way, it's always time to try the brutal option.
Now, you do know that this particular dungeon is known as the Tomb of the Nine Gods.
Mm-hmm.
That it was referred to you.
Mm-hmm. And there's a sarcophagus over here, and there's one over here, at least.
And there's 9 seats in the room.
9 or 8?
Let me check again, but I think it was 9. 3 on each side. No? No, it was 8. Oh, I thought it was 9. But there's a tomb in the middle. And so says the riddle. Every time.
Where do you see
One
8?
stands between them. It's the same.
Yes, there are 6 alcoves. There are 6.
Yeah,
there are 6 masked corpses, just sort of
Okay.
slouched in those seats. Yes,
And
that you can
no-
see. There could be more in the side angles, if maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm counting on it, but it would make sense. But
If needed to be, and thank you for the level up. I have a meta magic option that is called
I had
distance spell. distance spell, so I can actually double the range for Mage Hand, because Mage Hand is 30 feet maximum. So we would have a Mage Hand for 60 feet, for example. If we do the option of Mage Handing stuff, so you guys know.
I had just adjusted your camera, Emmy, and there you go. You
Well,
switch it around.
Sorry.
No worries.
So guys, what are we going to do?
I would continue on exploring, seeing what we're dealing with here, trying to make sense of this thing, and then decide on whether we want to break anything, break into anything. I feel like we first should have scouting of this place.
Agreed.
You know what's actually scary? Other groups came here before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't there be any traces of them?
Not if you have people
clean up
living
too.
here cleaning up.
Shivers a bit like, oh god.
Dungeon masters, if you want to make a proper dungeon, always have an ecology to it. Have people clean it, take care of it. It could be slimes, it could be creatures, it could be dungeon maids. Who knows?
Oh god.
So,
Let's explore.
where are we headed?
Yes.
So, Sorsha, Vroon, as you step forward, and the others, you'll see that in as you head towards the east, you see before you a great chamber that opens ahead, 50 feet across and plunging down into darkness. A stone balcony winds around the walls to connect 4 archways. Other balcony levels are visible below, with corridors radiating in all directions. To the north, a stone staircase descends to the lower levels. But as you step forward, you actually can see you would be able to reach all the way down, no problem. Nothing is sort of preventing you from just walking down, from what I understand.
Before we continue, I am not entirely sure what my character's light is giving off, but like it seems to just go like all the way.
You currently have what are you using? You're using your flaming sword, correct?
Yeah.
So
It's
why
just a 40, so 40 bright, 40 dim.
Yeah, so you have 80 feet of light.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, but like I'm not sure how dim looks like on. Oh, actually, yeah, no. Like this is 80 feet. I am seeing, and I'll show you. I'm seeing all the way down here.
Oh well. Wait, let me have a look. That is weird, huh? Let me just check because in my
That's why I was like, hold on.
Yes, there is.
This is a nice convenience for me,
no,
but
no. You are correct. It's because here there's a light source right here in this corridor.
Yeah, there's 2 things. Yes, there's a lot of light, and 2, we don't keep our progression. Like before, we used to have in gray area where we explored, and now we are lost.
That is now been fixed.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. That indeed seems to.
Yeah, I'm gonna move also to make it back. Okay. Okay, so let's move forward. And here I would like to check around, please.
Okay. Make me a perception check.
Perception.
Okay. You are fairly certain with a 30 that there are no traps around.
Good. All right.
Again, you can sort of the moss here. You can see that the humidity is very much to this sort of layer, but the moss is sort of creeped in. But you do not see any sort of pressure plates or such on these balconies. No.
All right. So, guys, it's pretty free to move around here.
Yeah. Again, maybe sort of moving up so this way you can see it. Sorsha and Vroon, as you're sort of looking back, you can see the dwarf sort of looking up towards you. Sort of this silent exchange, and again, without really being of any bother, just turns around and heads to a corridor that is hidden from your sight with this angle.
He did that when he saw Daryl. So.
Right. Keep going.
Okay. I just wanted to.
Yeah, actually, what you see him do is that he basically moves about. It's almost as a he's from here, sort of. He's on this side, and he sort of moves this way. On the sort of below, so just walks around, sort of nonchalantly. You can hear the heavy sort of iron boots clicking on on the ground below you. But doesn't seem too bothered. He has a last look up towards Laryl, as Laryl's sort of hovering in the middle of the whole thing, sort of looking at him, and then just exits through a corridor pretty much around here. One.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna examine this particular area with attention to the mask.
Okay. So.
Using my eye.
Right. So, a giant stone skull, crusted with moss, juts out from the edge of this small passageway. A flame flickers in each of its eye sockets, and a view into the chamber beyond can be seen through its open jaws. You can see, so just to give you the description, just beyond, you can see a small room. Skulls crusted with dried mud glower from niches cut into the walls of this tomb. A stone sarcophagus stands at the center of the chamber, its lid adorned with a coiled serpent carved in relief. Behind the sarcophagus, resting atop a marble pedestal, is an ornate crystal box with a small humanoid skull floating inside of it.
Am I the only one who lost?
Yeah, I lost the description.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 times it was really gobbled and robotic.
Right, okay. So, grinning, sort of open skull, at the edge of with two flaming eyes giving off light. On the inside, there you can see a sarcophagus with a coiled serpent of stone on top of it, and behind on a stone pillar is a crystal box, and inside there is a small floating skull, flaming skull.
Guys, wait. Could I do? I don't see it, right?
Not yet, but I mean, if you move, you'll see
If
it.
you move up one more, then.
Can someone with a better medicine check than me for that skull? What kind of skull is it? Because we have one of the text says, "Speak no truth to the doomed child."
Okay.
Looks very doomed for me. So
What I remember also, it just struck me. We tried to find an opening to a room with no doors, and we had a clue which says it can open from inside. Maybe it's about that. Just wanted to share with the class. We don't hear
It's
you.
about keys.
Yes. But maybe there's something with that, because we've seen a lot of insides and not a lot of doors. And you wanted the medicine check to...
if someone is
Yes, please.
better than me in medicine, I can assist.
I have a +6.
Go for it.
I'll assist in the
19 is more than enough. Yes, the skull looks human and seems smaller than your average adult skull.
I was not rolling for Vroon on purpose because it was like, well, I mean, I can't see if the tusks have developed well enough.
Fair.
Okay, so you have your answer.
well. I don't know what's in that room, but if it's gonna speak against us or do something against us, I
Tell no truth, right?
yeah, I am rereading the hints like 10-15 times, like, what does it mean? What does it mean?
I'm sure Sorsha is better at this than I am, but is there any like hinges on the skull that would like sort of close that jaw? Just want to know if it's gonna like bite us when we go through that.
I can check for mechanical
Okay.
parts.
Mhm. Yeah, so make me a perception check.
Perception, or is this more like investigation?
The book says perception.
There
you go. Besides, you don't want her... What's your investigation, by the way?
You don't want to know that.
How much, just out of curiosity?
I have only a +3 in the investigation. I'm not the investigator, okay? I'm the alert one, the survivalist, okay?
I'm the squishy investigator, yay.
Just so that I'll consider that just so that whenever I have you roll for investigation, remember, let me know if you're using your eyes as well, right? If you're losing the magic. I'm guessing this time it is as well?
Yes, to be honest, I didn't stop using them, but yeah.
Okay. Yes, you notice that not only do you notice that the bottom jaw is hinged, but your detect magic reveals an aura of transmutation around the skull.
Okay, transmutation. So there is possibility of something happening by using the jaw, I guess.
The skull. Okay, just so I'm sure, because I didn't see everything. So we're talking about the bearded devil face here.
So
but
this is not a bearded devil. This is not a
Oh,
bearded
okay.
devil. This is a giant just stone skull. So the same
Okay,
kind,
okay.
normal, right? And it has an open, so the open jaw. Its mouth is open, and you can see the jaw, the teeth, whatever. Behind it, in the room, illuminating that small crystal box, is a much smaller, child-sized skull, human skull.
Okay. And it's flaming.
It's yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay, moving around or
Just
put down somewhere
floating,
and
floating in the box.
okay. What kind of check do you want me to make, just to see if that is the classic flaming skull that we know, or if it's something else?
Actually, they're using the flaming skull token, but it's just a skull floating.
Oh, okay.
I will, however, check if, because I do believe that it is illuminated itself. So there is illumination
Okay.
coming from it, but it's I guess it would be flaming. Yeah, let's go for flaming skull. It doesn't mention it in the book,
Okay.
but smaller flame.
Right there. It seems to be like a maze behind it. Openings. The wall is eaten
Yeah.
away.
So there's a tiny passageways that seem to be carved into the walls. You're not exactly sure why.
Okay. Ah. Hello.
There doesn't seem to be an answer.
Right. Who wants to play with the hinge?
My opinion is we all go back behind the corner and ask Heinrich to use his mage hand to pull the hinge.
No, the hinge means that the jaws are mobile. It's not a lever or something to pull on.
Yeah, but we could try and move it, right?
It is heavy stone.
Okay.
Oh no, it's
My
not
bad.
gonna be
Yeah.
Yeah.
like light stuff, yes, but
Mage hand is 10 pounds.
I know. I didn't get that it was a stone mask on the hinge.
still, I have the upgraded version of Mage Hand, Arcane Hand, Heinrich's hand.
We're not critical role. We can use the word. We can actually use. We are in the Forgotten Realms. Big B exists.
Meh, Heinrich's hand, much better.
If you want to crawl through, I can try to hold it open in case it tries to snap.
Yeah, is the space enough for someone to go in or not?
Yes, there is enough space for a medium or smaller creature to climb through.
How convenient.
Yes, not convenient. I'm medium.
Oh,
He's a big medium, but he's still medium.
I have a theory. That
Mhm.
maybe it's transmutation. Maybe it will make you smaller when you go into the room so you can go through the passageway. I don't know why. Don't tell me. I have a feeling. It's. I think it's a game and it just gives one rules more by going through it.
Considering the hinge, I will still try to.
Keep it open.
And like I'll put like my hands on the upper jaw and my feet on the lower jaw and go right ahead.
Okay.
We need an
Oh,
immo,
oh, here.
immobile,
Immovable rub.
rod. Yes, we need that
Immovable
right
rod.
now.
Mm.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Do you want me to get in? Okay, do you want to go in since you have more? I don't care. I just want to know. I really don't care.
I'm just saying, if someone wants to go through, I just want to be able to catch
Yeah.
the
Okay,
jaws
yeah.
in case
Yeah.
they
So
snap.
you
Yeah.
place, you place one foot on the bottom jaw, maybe your shoulder, because it's big enough for a medium creature to crawl through. So it's not, you can't just walk in. You'll have to sort of head
Yeah,
first and sort
I'm
of
a big
crawl.
boy, yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
you
small
place
boy,
yourself, you brace your shoulder on the top part of the top jaw, your foot on the bottom, ready to brace.
I mean, we could make this a water ride. If someone gets ready to jump in and then with my decanter of endless water we geyser the person through it, we could make it into a water slide.
I'm gonna go naturally, if you don't mind.
Okay, you
I'll
you,
go.
you
I'll
crawl
go.
through? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put you on the other side. So there are two things that happen. One that you do not see, Sorsha. As you look back, you can see sort of the concave. You can see that there's the concave. It's almost as if the layer of stone was pushed out by a form so you can see the inside of the skull. Heinrich, Gale, and maybe even Vroon if you're underneath. What you guys see is one of the flames in the eye sockets. One of the flames turn off.
Or no.
And Sorsha, you feel scratching at that ring of yours.
Scratching.
Yeah, as in somebody knocking
Someone's
at
try-
the door.
It's
Is
trying
it
to get
someone
in.
that I know?
I don't think you would know.
If I'm used to the person, I can know, but
You have
if
no
not, no.
idea, no.
Okay.
Just in here now.
Is that like an aggressive talking, or is it like a polite one?
You have no idea.
Okay.
You do not know if that phone call is going to be aggressive or not before you actually pick it up. Especially if it's from an unknown number. Who knows? Maybe Faerun has telemarketers.
No, I think it's from the skull. I'm gonna accept it.
Happening? What's happening? Who's there? Why can't I see? Please. Are you friends of my father? Why can't I see? Have you come looking for me?
Who are you?
Let me see. My name is Nepartak. I'm the granddaughter of Nipaka, the last queen of Omu. Please, do you know where my father is? Is he looking for me? Has he sent you?
Speak no truth.
I want. What is that room? Questions only.
She continues. Please, why can't I hear you? Please, are you there? The sounds that echo through are those of a scared, frightened child,
Yeah.
little girl.
Yeah.
You want to look
But,
around?
Sorry?
You want to look around?
Yes, please.
So just quickly, because as you can see that as you can hear this voice in your mind, the skull becomes agitated. It is turning around, almost bumping into the sides of this glass case, sort of trying to look around, trying to find the source of the presence that she can feel. As you look around quickly, there's a maze of tiny passages all over, and you can hear from beyond the telepathic messaging of this child, you can hear sort of scuttling and sort of movement of insects, the chirping of stuff coming from these inner walls.
I will just say to her, you are all right. You are okay. Calm down.
Why? Who are you?
You are all right. You're okay. Breathe. It's okay.
Please, I don't know where I am. I can't see. It's too dark.
There's no reason to fear anything.
Make me a persuasion check.
Yeah, because that's a lie.
Actually, deception. Deception.
Deception. Where is deception? Ah, yeah, there it is.
Oof.
Ah, so there is someone here. I can feel you, you know. I can't see you, but I think I hear you. Yes, I can hear you. I know you're there. Are you here to take me away? To take me back to my father?
Maybe, no, I don't know.
What do you mean? You won't leave me alone, will you?
I can't answer when I don't know the answer. So maybe, yes, I don't know. I try to... What is going on here? You said that you saw, and I try to look around and understand what the passages are.
So
Like, we don't hear any of this, right? This is all going on in our heads.
you hear her speaking.
Okay.
What just happened?
I don't know, I moved and maybe I went a bit in the wall.
I think you did, yeah. Wait, why do you not have token enabled or vision enabled? That doesn't make sense. Wait, you can see, correct? Yeah. What? Oh, okay. No, right. Yes, it's because I did not see, but there was Heinrich's floating orb that was right over you, so I clicked on that token and did not have vision. So that's the reason why.
Okay.
No worries.
Can I look at the...
Right now, you can see that
Huh?
you're with the whole. So were you whenever you said maybe I don't know, were you answering to her, or you were just not? You have not been answering so far.
I think the only thing I really said to her was it's okay. Yes, no, maybe I don't know, was more like for the group.
Make me another deception check, this time with a disadvantage.
Oh, all right. Deception.
Okay. So you're ignoring her, or you said to calm down. You keep calm, whatever.
Just calm down. It's okay. Calm down.
Yeah, she does. There's a bit of that mother sort of, don't worry, everything will be fine. So she kind of calms down. The skull sort of is less bouncing up and down within this glass case. But you do realize that at some point you're going to have to... Ignoring her this is a child who's scared. Ignoring her is not going to bode well for very long.
Okay.
And go ahead.
I'm gonna tell her, I came here to give you rest, so hear me and try to rest a bit. And I start to sing a lullaby.
Okay.
And yeah, let's rock that child to sleep.
So,
Meanwhile, I think Vroon is going like, does anyone else want to go inside?
At least one.
If you
one
ask
tank.
me,
At least one tanky person. You know, the buddy system of one armored and one non-armored person.
Gale, would you like to step inside? You're muted.
I think you're muted, love.
Yeah. So yeah, I can go inside, but first I'm gonna. I am going to go through and. Hey, Sorsha, you need help in there?
not now. I'm trying to handle something. Just give me time. Give me a sec. I'll tell you when it's okay.
Yeah, you can see Sorsha's attention is sort of moving back. I mean, you can hear... I mean, if you can hear it in the music, you can hear the skittering around. There is something in the walls, Sorsha. There is something that is almost... And when the voice of the skull in your mind grows higher, the skittering sort of enhances, accelerates, grows in intensity, and when you calm her down, it sort of the movement in the wall sort of wanes and flows with her mood.
Okay, so lullaby it is, definitely.
Okay, so yeah, all of you start hearing her sing. Make me a performance check. Sorsha Skull Singer. Okay. Yeah, so it's not your best work, but it's enough. And there's a moment where
The DM is not satisfied anymore with the 22.
well, that's only a 13 out of your 20. Come on, this is mid. This is mid for you. It's great for everybody else, but this is mid.
All right.
I mean, you got a
We've
plus
heard
9.
you sing better.
You got a plus 9. Come on. I would say that with the her. You manage to. You feel that her attention is towards you. You can see the movement of the skull within the case is maybe sort of a bit more wobbly, a bit more. And her in your mind you hear, oh, that's pretty. I don't know that one, and she just and you can hear her sort of. She's not gonna fall asleep, but definitely there is it is soothing for her, definitely.
Okay. So I go to the mask and I go to them like,
I'm sorry, if you mimed something, I
Yeah.
was not looking at the camera.
She basically mimed to come through. Shh,
Yeah.
and come through.
yeah. Thanks.
So who goes through?
Okay.
Do you
I'm
stop
going to.
singing or do you keep
No.
on singing?
No. I'm putting her on hold and please be quiet.
Okay.
I'll try my best to be quiet as I scuttle down the skull.
Heinrich, you see the second flame on the skulls and the skull's eyes sort of disappear.
How many lights are there?
Well, 2 eyes, 2 flames, both of them is extinguished now.
Vroon.
Hmm.
I think the best thing is that you go inside, because I do not trust this. Because the second light went off in the eye socket.
I am not leaving you on this side.
I
Nicholas.
can poof inside if I need to.
Not if you can't see inside, right?
He can see inside. Well, no,
I
yeah,
can-
there, true. That is
If
true.
it's closed.
That is true.
How? If you want to poof inside, then do it now.
Yeah, but I don't trust this.
Neither do I, which is why I am standing here holding it.
I say very politely, if something happens, Vroon, and you are hurt, I apologize up front, because... And I go inside really reluctantly, like, I don't trust this.
Okay, so Heinrich, as you move in, Vroon, the jaws snap. You are in the way. So I am going to... Let's do it like this. I'm going to roll the damage from the crushing jaws, right? I'll be rolling 4d10 because you're not trying to get out of the way. This is not hitting your AC. This is you are stuck there in the middle. However,
Yeah.
you're going to be rolling athletics, and I will be removing your athletic score from the damage that I roll.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to use my inspiration that I just earned earlier for this.
Okay.
Come on, buddy, you can do it.
21.
Okay.
Nice.
I rolled a 23.
Nice. For 2 points of damage.
So as there's a moment where you're jostled, right? By as it moves up, it's the brutality and the speed of the crunch is enough for you to just slightly slip and there you go. Technically, you are technically grappled, but you could, as it's there still, you can still feel the jaws, the pressure of the jaws trying to close and sort of crunch through you.
Like I had put my shoulder underneath it, and suddenly I feel like the teeth and the into my shoulder, like
Yeah, you can. It's the plates aren't bending. You are wearing adamantine. It's tougher than that. However, the plates are actually burrowing into your shoulder. Make me another athletics check. This time to try and avoid the grapple. Either you can stay there and produce the pressure, or you can move out of the way. Which one do you prefer?
I think considering that everyone is inside, well, actually, did Nugget and
Nugget's inside.
Laryl is also still.
Laryl is outside. Is watch it.
Yeah, Laryl's outside.
I mean, I'm not too worried about Nugget and Laryl, but it's just one of them.
Okay.
I think he'll try to sort of roll in because everyone else is inside.
Okay.
Like do it like. But athletics.
Make me an athletics check. Yeah. Athletics or acrobatics. This is you escaping a grapple.
That's not a good roll.
That is not a good roll. You try to slip away. Unfortunately, something sort of maybe slips. The stone was wet or
well,
just
it's probably
slips.
just like I try to go underneath and then it just
exactly.
on the
So
other
it pins
side.
you. So in this case, it will make an attack. So I'm rolling. So this is a D20 plus 10. So that's a 26 to hit.
That is a hit.
And 4d10.
Ouch.
That's ouch. That's 34 damage.
Jesus, can you roll?
Yeah, that's 34 damage as it crunches onto your leg, pinning you again.
Yeah.
Make another. So Gale, Heinrich, Sorsha, you can hear the pain. You can hear the crunch of the armor behind you as you look back. Vroon is pinned. His, I think, most likely, it got you towards the thigh, and it is sort of almost sort of lifting you up as the mouth sort of, the bottom part of the jaw sort of moves upwards. So it's not only it's picking you up basically to smash. You are pinned with your arm, with your leg above, and the rest of your body sort of pulling down.
Inside or outside
He's
of the mouth?
inside.
Except for my
Okay.
leg.
Except for the leg.
Yeah.
Or half your leg.
He's taking up all of the space, I suppose.
What do you mean?
I cannot slide inside next to him.
Yeah, no, you could. Yeah, you could.
Okay. You said those things were quite small and we had to crawl in, so
He's
wasn't
taking
sure.
He's taking the space if you wanted to go through it to the outside. Yes.
Uh-huh.
As he is, if you want to just grab him and pull him, you can.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay. So Vroon, could you please make me another athletics check, this time with advantage because somebody's helping you?
Yes. Also, I definitely feel like I should take it athletics somehow.
Okay,
That's
a
a
19. Just enough. As you pull, the whole thing snaps shut. There is a sort of a grinding of stone on stone. A moment. And then it reopens, and the light in the corridor that had shut, because when the lights had turned off, with the illumination in the eyes had turned off, flashes, and that red glow of the flames from the lights sort of re-illuminates the corridor.
Resetting traps, that's good.
Yeah, that's the way to indicate room capacity. Jesus Christ. No! Only that tall of people, or else you're gonna die.
On that note, before we get to the next, before the other three start hearing voices, let's take a break.
Yeah. All right.
Okay? Alright. So, guests, come back to our table in the next session. We'll see you in a few moments.